Am I going to war? Is this a war thing? Hi, I'm Zeospantera, the host of In-Ear Fetish and Z Reviews. We are seeing this video because instead of shoving it on the second channel, which I haven't seen, the In-Ear Fetish is a whole other channel filled with IMs, just IMs. This is making a special appearance here. Adorable. Here on this channel because I have to bring up what will surely be a controversy, and I'm here to put some things to rest before they even become a thing. So you all know that I did a collaboration with Dunu with the Studio SA6 Ultra. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. I did an IM, and it wasn't a cheap one either. It was $600. $600, and they were like, "How many do you think we're going to sell?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they were like, "I don't know," because I mean, I had only done the Z12 at that point. So 300 units were manufactured by Dunu, and I was figuring that was going to last a couple months, maybe a year. Like, who the fuck's gonna buy a $600 IM that I tuned, especially one that I tuned to be like nice and neutrally mid-range centric? It was beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. Put the switch on because it's got a stupid switch. It was great. Look, it comes with the red wood and the blue wood. Like, it was real pretty. And this isn't even the reddest of the redwoods. I've seen redder redwoods on the redwoods. Anyway, went on sale, sold out in 72 hours. 300 $600 units. And that was so fast that people who just watch my channel occasionally were just like, "Oh, there's a new video that came out 3 days ago. Oh, cool, Zeos has an IM. It's a collaboration. You know what? I've got the money. I've been looking for a higher end IM. Oh, it's gone." And it was gone, and it's been gone. And I've begged and pleaded with Dunu to just make some more. And it went over and over and over again until I was told, "Hey, did you know that they're coming out with a Studio SA6 MkII?" By the way, I didn't put the X in it like I'm doing some sort of voodoo doll shit in it. I don't know who scratched the X into it. By the way, terrible box, all right? An artist was in my patronage, was like, "Hey, I've got this artwork that we didn't use for a product. You're perfectly free. Look at the colors are muted. It's beautiful. Picking the font, because you have to get legal fonts. This is horseshit garbage, Dunu, especially this bit, because it's not a sticker. It's the biggest high-res fucking print." Anyway, the reason they wouldn't make more SA6 Ultras, because it was only like 9 months ago. It was before the Nana collab. There's also a Nana collab, which is a $950 collab, which I'm not going to compare this to that because they're complete different sound signatures. I made the Nana more aggressive towards detail. And what I did with the Ultras is I made them fun and warm and luscious. And guess what the Studio SA6 MkIIs are? I want to say Ultra so bad because I'm just burned in my brain. Well, I'm not going to say they stole the tuning, because you know what? I signed things with Dunu. They're good. I'm not going to burn bridges either. But what I'm going to say is I sat here with the SA6 Ultras. I took them out of the box. I haven't listened to them in months. No reason to listen to them. I own a pair. I love them. The 300 lucky sons of bitches who got a set, got them. They're either selling them or not selling them ever because they're worth a fucking $1 trillion. So I haven't listened to them. There's been no point. You can't buy them. But now with this, it's time to stock up on all the weaponry because Zeos might have to go to war. And here's the good news. This does not sound like the Ultra. It's better than the Ultra, but I can tell it's been heavily inspired. You don't sell $300, $600 units, and every reviewer, I think, who got the Ultras loved them. Loved them. Like, they were like, "This is the greatest IM ever," and it was gone, sold. So now that these are out, or coming out, looking fucking spectacular, by the way. Again, wood on the back, clear see-through bits instead of well, it's see-through here. Yes, it's also see-through. Slightly larger. You could see it's a bigger IM overall. And I actually have a list. They gave me a list. Also has the switching the switch on and off. We'll go through. Okay, hold on. Put away the guns, lady. Put away the guns. What is this, Florida? You hear that shit that happened in Florida? And I'm pretty pro-gun, but that's some shit that happened. Anyway, Here's the list of changes, the official list of changes from the SA6 non-Ultra to the SA6 Mark II, maybe with the word Ultra mentioned a few times. So, upper treble is raised for a more neutral soundstage and increased details. It does have more detail than the SA6 original, which I sold, so I don't have one to compare. But even the Ultra, in the settings I like on the same, I'm using the LA90 Discrete, which this video may not have even come out yet because I'm shuffling this to be the first. Yeah. Upper mid-range is smoother for a more accurate vocal and instrument presentation. The 3 to 5 kilohertz dip was adjusted for better vocal clarity and instrument separation. I'm just going to say there's better soundstage. What all that? Fuck that. Bass, here's the important bit. Because when I did the tuning on the SA6 Ultra, there's a switch. And the off switch, when it was off, I was like, it's fine. But then you put it on and you got that mid-range boost and that lower end boost, and it became perfect. The bass in the Mark II has increased to achieve a more engaging experience. Keep going. The bass of the Mark II under standard mode is similar to the Ultra's bass switch on. And the Mark II bass mode comes with even more bass. So now they took the level of bass that I tuned into the extra mode, which is the mode I enjoy. They put that as the standard bass, and then they made the switch more bass, more bass. And it actually got to the point, testing it just here on the desk, where I forgot which way the switch was. And I'm listening on the various amps. I got the UN X1S GT, I got the Wah 11 Topaz, and I've got the topping. And I forgot which way it was, and I'm like, God damn, the bass is kicking. Let me shut off the switch to make the bass less. And it got more, because I had it off to begin with. And I'm like, holy fuck. Probably still not Rinko bass. Rinko, is this video coming out before Rinko? I'm not even sure. Rinko bass is absurd. No one talks about the Rinko without, doing the sign of the cross. They fixed a couple other things. When I got my first set, when I was doing the Ultra, they had these ear tips. These things, you might have seen them. They're weird as fuck. They're like a tubular silicone. And I loved the idea. Perfectly fit in my left ear. Wouldn't fit in my right ear because this was the large one. It was too small. So with this new setup, and when I couldn't get them to do it for my goddamn collaboration, but they did it for this. They made a 13 millimeter extra large, and I fucking love these tips. Like I have the Rinkos coming with these tips, the render tips, which are the foam covered in silicone, and I love my Dakoni tips. But if I was gonna go, X-Elastics has been my go-to on silicone because they're sticky. They don't come out of your ear. So now change it into the shape of a fucking box. And it's a very soft box. Giggity. And jam that son of a bitch in. In fact, I'm even using large on both sides, which I usually take a smaller tip on my left. But it's so soft and malleable that I'm just jamming it in there. And it does this weird thing where it's like you can feel it. It's just like, that is the best seal you've ever gotten with an IEM tip. So I'm talking to them. If Dunu's going to borrow my tuning for part of this, then I'm going to ask them to collaborate with these tips because they're awesome. Shape of the IEM has been optimized for more comfortable wearing experience while remaining stylish. Don't know what that means. They're bigger and they still have this notch here. I don't like when IEMs have this notch, just like for no reason. But at least for this, you can actually see there's an actual crossover board attached to the switch in this little outcropping. I'm finding them comfortable. It's fine. This is the stock cable. We'll get to that. The new case. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. First of all, only comes with 3.5, which is a right angle, the Dunu 1/4-inch adapter, and the 4.4. It's the same exact cable, although it says new mini Hulk copper cable with 2 detachable terminations. So I don't know if they changed what's inside the cable, but I cannot tell from the outside of the cable that the cable is different. I am a little perturbed now because the right angle, as much as I love the right angle, I would love if they offered it with a straight 4.4, because I'm finding the angled one gets kind of annoying. And I was like doing something on the desk and I backed away and it tugged. And when you tug a straight cable, it just comes out. When you tug a bent cable, that's just a tool for destruction. And most of the time I wouldn't use it angled unless I'm going portable in my pocket, and even then sometimes I want a straight end. So I'd prefer if they gave you one more tip, which was a straight 4.4. Getting off that, the carrying case, holy shit. I would say this is the best upgrade ever, but it's so big, it's not really for putting in your pocket again. It's both sides are identical, leather, stitched, Dunu, with a picture of headphones, even though they don't make headphones. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, look at this son of a bitch. This is nicer than my old apartment. Like, it's got better carpeting than my old apartment on the top. And it's so fucking roomy. So I guess that's good. The other one was like a softer case, and they made this a rigid hard case. People getting crushed. Beautiful new wooden faceplate design with a unique red pattern for each IEM, and the overall tonality is neutral with a slight bass boost. Well, slight bass boost being my bass, and then my bass X 1000 more air and clarity. There's all the future upcoming wallpapers. I cannot wait to figure out when to use some of these. It's going to be epic. Anyway, back to how these sound. Because now that I've like, the reason for this video on the main channel, there'll be another video for these on the In-Ear Fetish channel, which if you're not subscribed to that, we're almost at 10,000. It'll be at 10,000 by the time this gets uploaded. We should be at 10,000. We're like 100 away. And thank you all for subscribing there. These are, without a doubt, you know what? I'm kind of proud. Because the SA6 Ultras were my baby. Like, I never had an idea that I could change something and have everyone just, like, agree that it's the greatest fucking thing ever. So they say that, what's stealing or what's the word for when like copying is the best form of flattery? What you used to do it all the time in school when you used to, purgatory. No, oh, fuck. I know this word. You know this word. You're yelling at me on the internet. It's the best form of flattery. I keep saying perjury. Plagiarism. Plagiarism is the finest form of flattery. In other words, your shit was so good, we just copied it. Well, you know what? My shit was so good, I would say they used it as the base to this new Mark II. Because it is, without a doubt, smooth, mid-focused. That's the most important thing. The original SA6s had no mid-range. They were just sort of like a V, but not a comfortable V. They have improved the mid-range focus. They've increased the soundstage. That's the biggest difference between my Ultras and these new ones, the Mark IIs. We're just gonna call them the Mark IIs. I mean, that's the biggest fucking. Even their font's worse than my font. Step off. They've made the soundstage bigger. I think that's probably because they've made the entire fucking IEM, I'd say, solidly 25 to 30% larger in just mass alone. Like, it doesn't weigh more, but it's huge now. My set has the word Zeos in it because I was like, you're gonna send me a set, right? And they're like, we're gonna send you a set first, and we're gonna put your name in it because you did sell all those IEMs. And I'm like, good, I'll come for you. These are tremendously good IEMs. Like, beyond comparing them to the Ultras, forget the Ultras even exist, forget all the other things exist. Here, let's put them away. In fact, if you have Ultras, fucking hold on to them because they're amazing. Now let's go back to putting these in my ear because I like talking about IEMs while they're doing shit to my brain. I'm going to leave the bass, the crazy bass switch off. Oh, those IEM tips are just like I literally, when I unbox this, I put them in my ears with just the tips and no wire, and I like shuck my head around like crazy, and they didn't move. They're just like attached to my head to be perfect for true wireless. Oh my God. This is with the bass off. And I'm not a bass head, like the Rincos are bass head, but like Kill La Kill, the Kill Ah Kill is a boom, 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 and it's just, it has such good soundstage. And all that bullshit writing about, oh, it increases the air, it increases the blah, blah. I could kind of hear all of that. All that bullshit dictionary terms. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I would call that air. Oh, you know what? I would call that definitely a focused mid-range. And there is a slight change in sound through various amplifiers. I think the clarity definitely comes up with the LA90 Discrete, just because it's the discrete, crazy linear monster. I was using it on this. This is the new Shanling M1S, but I was using it with the switch in the normal position. I didn't think it had enough bass, which means the power output of this probably wasn't enough to trigger the insanity. So when I flipped the switch on it, on that, it was perfect. It like crackles in my ears, but not... It's crackling because it's crackling in the fucking song. It's like... And I could feel it like touching the back of my eyeballs. You know, I might save the actual full review, like the full fuck spitting rhymes about it for the In-Ear Fetish channel. Because you guys here on the main channel, you guys are just here to know that it's not... No bad blood. Don't go fucking picketing and rioting because, oh my God, I couldn't get SA6 Ultras. They took whatever I gave them. They've increased the size of the IEM. They've done all these changes. And it's legitimately better. It has... I don't know the price either because it's still labeled as $9,999 on Hi-Fi Go. But I'm going to say it's $700 to $750. Even if that high, it may not be that high. They may just be, they're just straight replacing the SA6, which is like a $550 IM, because the Ultras were $600. The SA6 non-Ultras were like $550. If this comes out at $650 to $700, that's a good price for these. Because they have exactly what I'd look for in an IM this expensive from this company, stealing from my tuning. It's big and wide and warm and soft and detailed, but not being too detailed where it hurts you. It's an ideal expensive IM. Like, I'm thinking about my Nana collab, and my Nana collab doesn't have this soundstage or this low end. I think it might edge it out for the treble with the electrostats in there. It's also like 33% more money, presumably. But yeah, no, this is a fucking effort. Dunu must have like shit their pants after the Ultras came out because they were like, oh fuck, did we do this? No, we didn't do this. Did you do this? I didn't do this. Oh shit, he did it. Just okay. Well, erase that whiteboard. Do something else. I'm proud of you, Dunu. You've, other than this fucking high-res audio sticker, you could just rip. I want to rip it. I want to rip it right off. Oh, I should show you what else in the box. You get some spin fit tips, which are all too small to fit me. You get some other standard silicone tips. You get more of those little barrels. Look how small. The small is so small. And then there's the medium. And the larges are just mediums to me. And you get, these are the ones that are on there. And you get two foams that are, again, just mediums. Meanwhile, my ears take too large or a large to small, so I don't know who the fuck you're selling to. You also get a very, very small desk brush. Yeah, no, I was angry, and then I was accepting. I went through those 2 stages of grief. There's only 2. Zeos only has 2: anger and acceptance, and hunger. There's hunger is in there. I think that's a stage. Next track. Yeah, vocals are just more presented to you from the back of your head. They're not like lost in a mess, even though it's a super wide soundstage. Yeah, I'm gonna give these a fucking full... Wow, that's stuck in there really good. Hold on, I lost a tip. Oh God, it's in my ear hole. Well, that's moderately embarrassing. I guess I cleaned my ears too much. There it goes. I cleaned them with alcohol, so they got real sticky. Don't do that. By the way, anyone who has trouble putting on ear tips, let me give you that on the main channel here. You seal the hole with your finger because you want to keep that air in there, and then you put it on the front on an angle, and you got to be willing to like grab and like force it over like that. You gotta like, there's no like gentle way to do it. You gotta push on it. You gotta take that air and you gotta trap it and it's gonna blow up around it. Like when an octopus is eating something. So yeah, box is great, although this is definitely too big for a pocket. So when you're traveling, you're gonna have to figure something else out. I still love the wire. I wish it came with a straight, if I did another Dunu collab, I would ask them to make a new connector that's just a straight. Just give me a straight one. Even if it's just a straight 3.5, give me an option to not have it be right angled. Because sometimes it just doesn't work. Here on the desk, it's fine, except when I leaned back and went, bad. And I was like, oh God, did you break my thing? I don't know what, if here's the thing. Here's how I know they did a good job. Because if they handed me this IEM today and said, hey, Zeos, we've got this new Mark II. We want to do a collaboration with you. I don't know what I'd change. I don't know what I'd change. And I've had this for a couple days. I burned it in for, I think, 24 hours straight because I needed to get this review. I wanted to be the first review. I don't know if I am because I'm lazy. But I don't know. I don't think I would change anything. I don't think I would. The switch off is just, it's like the right amount of bass because it's the same bass that the Ultra had. The switch on is a lot of bass, but not like overpoweringly like it's not useful. I was like, oh, I don't like this with the switch off. And then I used it with the switch on. I'm like, now I like this. Then I forgot the switch was off. And I'm like, yep, this is definitely the bass I like. Then I flipped the switch again and it was so much bass. And I'm like, well, now I don't fucking know. So yeah, I think, Dunu, I'll let this slide. I'm gonna let this one slide. I just want you to do one thing for me. Let me sell you these ear tips. Let me sell these ear tips with my name on them because, oh my God. Between these and like the foam-filled renders that I've got, oh man, we're going to make sweet, sweet ear love on the internet. Anyway, wallpaper in the Horde. If you don't know what the Horde is, just click the link and follow the instructions and you'll be able to get every wallpaper I've ever used in this channel. Ever. We'll download it to 2 gigabyte fucking swath for using the torrent protocol that is Resilio Sync. Anyway, that... Patreon Subscribestar support this channel. If you feel I got unjustly treated and they did a thing, just throw $5 at me. You know what you'll get for $5? You have to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, which happen from the 1st to 10th of every month, and I ship things international. And you get to all the sound demos, including the ones that have disappeared, and all the new sound demos, which I create, which can use any tracks, because not on YouTube, because they're only available to patrons. By the way, $5 is not what anyone's making their Patreons anymore, because inflation has made like milk $7 a gallon. But I'm not raising the price because that would kick everyone out. So thank you wholeheartedly if you're a $5 patron. That's basically like the cost of bread now. Like $5 doesn't even buy you anything. So if you're joining for $5, much appreciated. If you join for $10, you get the added benefit of being in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me questions directly. Because I probably won't answer your questions if you message me on Patreon. It's a $5 tier. Also, Subscribestar. I don't know. People like Subscribestar. Don't like it. It's more syllables than Patreon. Actually, no, it isn't. Subscribestar. Patreon. Huh. I always thought it was much harder to spell. Yeah, both those things, $5 a month. All those benefits, $10 a month. Talk to me in the chat. Message me. You get into the Lifetime Swap Meet channel where you get to buy, sell, and trade gear. So if you do have a set of SA6 Ultras and you wanted to sell them for their optional Blue Book price of $1,400, I'm calling it now. These are worth big buku dollars, even though I like these better and they steal the tuning. If you missed, and fucking Hi-Fi Go is already making the announcements. I love Hi-Fi Go. But like, hey, did you miss the SA6 Ultras? Then you should come and buy the SA6 Mark II. And I was like, so angry when they posted that, and then I actually got to listen to them and I'm like, you know what, they're right. If you miss the SA6 Ultras, just buy the Mark IIs. It's not just closer, it's as close as I would if I Mark II'd the Ultras. This is basically what I'd want, and I wouldn't have been able to ask for more, for like width and bigger compulsive units. And so congratulations. Anyway, wallpaper, that Patreon, Subscribestar, Hi-Fi Guides. I will see you at Axpona. I'm going to Axpona, and next month I'm going to Munich. Still looking for sponsorships from Munich, so anyone wants to reach out, hit me up. I don't care if you're a coffee shop or if you make naughty videos on the internet. I'll get sponsored by an OnlyFans. Who's got an OnlyFans that want to throw me like $500? I will totally be like, I don't want to thank this person for whatever they do. I'm good, you're good, we're good. Link to mousepad in the description. And if you want to see a even more in-depth but yet shorter review of these IEMs, check out the In-Ear Fetish channel. I will link that in the description. Cool, 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 cool.